When you're in prison, your cell is like your home. Like you want it to be peaceful or whatever it is that you want. Like sometimes you go into someone's cell and it's all chaotic and you're like, oh, okay, that's how your home is. But I remember wanting my cell to be a place of peace. And so I made these rules like we don't talk bad about each other in the cell, which I know is kind of silly, but I would say, hey, if you have a problem, let's talk about it openly so that we aren't divided as a room. But your bunk is like your room. Like your bunk is where you sit, your bunk is where you sleep, like your bunk is your place. And I remember when I got moved to a new unit, which was very uncomfortable for me because I really liked my cell, I liked my roommates, I had a window, it was a big deal. So they moved me into a new unit and they didn't have cells. They had ranges, which is a big open space, and they didn't have windows. There was one tiny little window in that whole space, and there's like probably 20 bunks. And when I first got there, I was in a top bunk, which was right by the microwave. And people cook this really yucky fish in the microwave that smells terrible. And there was a great big light above me. And I was on the top bunk, which makes it really hard to like sit there and read or study or do anything. Your bunk is just, it was a bad bunk. But I was patient and I wrote it out. And at one point, I became friends with a woman who had a really good bunk and she decided to move. And so she came to me and said, hey, I want you to have my bunk. Let's go to the counselor and let him know you can move into my bunk because I'm going to move downstairs. And so I remember when I moved into that bunk that night, like I said my prayers and thanked God for that bunk. Like I was by the window, I was in the corner, and I was on the bottom level, which means that I could say my prayers, I could sit there, I could read. But in this program, you couldn't actually sit on your bunk all day. You couldn't sit on your bunk until after 4, which was really hard because a lot of the women in prison will try to sleep their time away. So they want to be in their bunk all the time. I wasn't one of those people. I was up early and out the unit, but I like to come back like after lunch or after count and sit there and just, sometimes I take like a 15-minute power nap. So when we had to stay, we couldn't get on our bunk, like even sit on it till after 4. That was a huge inconvenience. But I was so grateful for that bunk.